I've noticed there are some misconceptions about fossil mounts at museums, and this mostly comes down to lack of paleontological knowledge among the public and lack of clarity from museums. One of the most basic questions I've gotten is whether fossils at museums are real bone or fake, and the answer is neither. The fossilization process causes bone and other organic material to be replaced by inorganic minerals, turning bones into bone-shaped rocks. So no, they're not real bones, but they're not fake either, they're real fossils. Okay, so then you might assume that every fossil skeleton you see at a museum is made of real fossil, and that also isn't entirely the case. Older mounts in particular can have heavy amounts of plaster reconstruction, and famous fossil specimens or species can be replicated using resin and sent as casts to other museums. That leads to the next question: how much of a museum mount is real fossil and how much is reconstructed? Well, it's complicated, and it often comes down to the fossil or the museum. Something that many people are unfamiliar with is the rarity of a complete or articulated skeleton. Very, very few fossils come out of the ground as much more than a few disarticulated bones, so for display purposes this usually has to be accounted for. As mentioned before, skeletons may be reconstructed to fill in the missing parts, but another common occurrence is using bones from multiple individuals of the same species to create a composite skeleton, provided the bones are the same size, of course. Older mounts may also be chimeras, or mixes of bones from different species due to human error or outdated knowledge. If you're unsure if the mount you're looking at is entirely fossil, partially reconstructed, or a cast, in many major museums you may be lucky enough to find that information on its description placard. Even if a fossil is a cast or is heavily reconstructed, that doesn't make it fake or made up, but instead gives us access to skeletons we might not otherwise be able to see and appreciate.